Okay, I'm going to make a few minor adjustments on this title block that we just put together, and I want to do this on the letter size. Need to be cleaned up, and we're making sure that we're in the paper mode down here. What I want to do is actually just change this view window just a little bit. Just bringing it in a little bit from the border so it doesn't bleed off too much. Because you can just pull these handles down. You'll notice when I pull this one down, it tells me when I'm level. And we'll pull this one in. And pull it up from the bottom just a little bit. Hit escape. I'm going to take my title block and I'm going to move that. Use the move tool. Just grab it by this top corner. Bring it here. And then we'll bring it up to here. And we can just grab our handles then and just reposition it around. Just gives us making sure that our border will fit. Now I'm going to go to the model mode, and I just want to take my line tool and I just want to trace a line around here. So I think I may have to do this in the paper mode, sorry. There we go. Okay, so that'll give us a border. Do a file, save, and then we'll close this out. And we'll open up our good old-fashioned plate. And I'm going to use my, I think it's in my desktop, home directory, homework, plate drawing. And I should probably, let me just close that. I'm going to bring up another drawing from our lab class so that it shows up better what I'm trying to show you. So I'll go into lab 1. I'll bring in homework. There's our plate drawing. So that one looks a little better. I'm just going to do a file, save as, and I'm going to put this into my home directory so it doesn't mess anything up for next week. And I'll just overwrite this one. Yes. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring in a new tab. So down here at the bottom, I'm going to take Layout 2 and I'm going to right click and delete it. And I'm going to right click on Layout 1 and say From Template. I'm going to bring in my title block. Make sure it's the one from home. Yep, title block. Open. And I want the one that says letter. Just say OK. And what you'll notice now is I have a letter title block down here. If I just right click on this, I can see it. If I double click in here, brings it to the middle, go to model, double click, and there's my model. What we're going to do now is drop this down to half scale. Oops, go to model, 1 to 2. And while we're in the model, we'll go ahead and set our line weights for our output. So you're going to go to your layer properties. We're going to say on our center mark, pull this down. We want it to be a center line. I may have to change that, but we want it to be dark gray. Okay, and see those changed. And the green we want to be black, and the red we want to be black. And my line weight I want to be print out at 0.5 millimeters. And my dimensions I want to print out at 0.2 millimeters. My center marks are going to print out at 0.13 centimeters. And we'll close that out. I'm going to select each one of these. We're going to change it to center mark. Huh. Still having trouble getting these lines to show up, so keep dropping the scale out of it. Let me just make sure that I've got some things correct here on my model. I'm going to type PSLT scale, should be set to 0, and LT scale is set to 1. Let's go back over here to our title block letter. Let me just see if I can change it to center. You know what I think is I've got duplicate center marks on here is what happened. That was oops, don't want that one. There. That's what was causing the problem. Much better. And I'm going to grab these dimension lines. I'm just going to bring these out so they leave a gap just to make it look better. Hit escape, grab this one. I'm just pulling it off the center mark and pulling it up so it leaves that little gap. It just looks nicer if you can leave those out of the way. Not being too fancy about it, but good. And these will kind of stay lined up anyway for you. Just gotta be careful with the mouse. Much better. Now let's change this to 1 to 2. Move it into place. We're going to go check our layer properties one more time. Bada bing, bada bing. Looks good. Close this out. Now we'll go to paper space or paper mode. I'm going to double click on this title block. It's going to bring up. So my project name is going to be all caps plate drawing. And we'll leave the location, drawn by, checked by, call it 127. And this is not full scale, it's going to be half scale. All right. So we can zoom in. There's what our line weights will look like. Got our image. Oh, it's nasty. Okay. So anyway, what we'll do now is right click down here in this tab. We're going to say plot. Yes, we just want to plot a single sheet. We're going to change this to Adobe PDF.PC3, which I think everybody should have on their machines. Letter size, and I want to preview it. There it is, and I can zoom in, see that my line weights look good. That all looks good down here. And maybe one final little touch here. I'm going to cancel this out. I'm just going to put some, I'm going to recenter this just a little bit more. And we'll put some text on the bottom of this, just some single line text. Hit enter, enter again. I'm going to call it plate top view. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Plate top view. Hit escape. Now I'm going to select this, right click and go to properties. And I want this to be in the title block level, in black, by layer. And let's make it a little smaller, say 0.15. That looks a little more professional. And then if we want to move it over to the center, looks a little better. And we'll right click, we'll say plot, continue, single sheet. We want to again set it up for Adobe PDF PC3. And if we don't want to keep messing with that, you can come down here and right click and say Page Setup Manager, Modify. You can always say, whenever I'm in this page, I want it to print to plot PDF.3. No pen tables or anything. And transparency, we'll click that off. Okay, close. And now when we do a right click and a plot, it'll always come up to that. We'll do a preview, look it over good, make sure everything is in proper shape, and we hit plot. It's going to ask us where we want to put it, and I'm going to put it in my CIE 101 home PDF folder that I created. Call it assignment, let's call it plate proj C Junkins. Save. So now we can just do a file save here, just to make sure it's saved, close it out. Here's our drawing file now. And you can see it's much different. The PC3 kind of made it black and white anyway, so I'm going to go to Tools. You may not be able to do this because I have Adobe Professional. Counterclockwise 90 degrees. Oh, what happened? Missing the line. That's weird. Alright. No, I don't want to save that. It's wrong. Let's go see what happened. It looked right on the preview, I think. So let's open up that plate drawing again. That looked good. We'll right click, say, let's go to our page setup manager and take a look at this. It has a bunch of PDF files. Let's just try this one and see what that preview looks like. Now, that one looks fine. The line weights look good. It looks good down here. It's DWG to PDF.PC3. All looks good. We'll say OK. Close. Now I'll come down here and do a plot. Continue to plot. Preview it one more time. Still looks good. Print. And this is going into desktop, CIE 101 home, PDFs. I'll overwrite that one and hit save. Yes. Yeah, it looks fine there. A little mishap. So I used the DWG to PDF file. We'll zoom in, take a look. Everything looks pretty good. You can see the line weight actually gets much finer here. For some reason this one came out in color too, so I'm not sure what happened on that previous one. Do a fit view. We'll just do a file save. That's actually already saved, so we just need to exit. We'll close out of this now. And yes, save it. If I go into the Blackboard site, let's see if I can get in here real quick. I'm going to turn the edit mode on. Oops, I just turned it off by mistake. Sorry. Course materials is where you're going to find your stuff. Edit mode is on. There it is, week 3. So this is available. I'm going to make it available now. Edit. And this last little video I'll hook on tomorrow, but what I want to do is just change the date. Due dates next week. Make available. We'll make it available tonight. Say submit. Give you plenty of time. Take the edit mode off. So this is what you're going to see when you open up. Oops. Oh, I know why. Got to change it to yesterday because it's 11:59 that's going to open up. So week 3 and edit. Actually, I'll just change the time to 1:59 p.m. Edit mode off. I'm going to come down to, there's week 3. So if I click this now, like you're going to click it, this is what you should see. My computer will catch up. There it goes. Sunday, February 7th is the due date this week. There's your video. The other video will be listed down here. Attach file, I'm just going to say browse my computer. You're going to go to your desktop. We're going to go down and find CIE 101 Home. Go to my PDFs. There's my project. Hit open. It's going to load it up here. I'm going to put a little comment. Here is my homework for week 3. And hit submit. And that's all you really need to do. And we'll see it on the other end and we will correct it. I believe that is all that is needed. And that should take care of it. So we'll be talking to you again. That's your assignment, the title block with the plate in it. And we'll start another new drawing next week using the same title block. All right, thanks.